Let's see. Oh, for some reason. How's everybody? It's not for some reason. The screen is not letting me turn it. Bear with me. I may have to come back because this is definitely not how I wanted to record this, guys. I want you to be able to see, not out the window. Well, all right, well, you know what? We're just going to do a, I guess, blank screen. Maybe that's what Spirit wants us to do. So we're just going to leave it as is because, all right, so how's everybody doing? Metaphysical Mama. We're just going to pull some cards because this energy today, this morning, it's 11/11, November 11th, 2021. And welcome, welcome. Please like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you can get notified when I come on. And so, yeah, this morning I woke up with just like, well, went to bed with uneasy, like just stuff's going on. And getting a message, right? Karmic debts are due. So I'm pulling Temperance. So we got the Temperance card out. So this is like big alchemy we're all experiencing. So the emotions and the mental space that we're all in is going to be quite, as we can all feel, extreme. Yeah. So, and there's a lot of shit going down. So a lot of pulling some cards due to like a lot of just hold tight. Anything that you've been partaking in, meaning that you've had to like hold tight and hold space. You know who you are. And then there's others that have been doing things that aren't so nice and thinking they're gonna get away with it, and haha, it's funny and sneaky and whatever. We don't have to have any feeling toward that except love. Because the jig is up, so to speak, and just know that ancestors got your back, and you have to have your own back, right? You live in your own skin, right? So it's important. Oh, I got a whole bunch of, I got 10 of cups at the bottom of the deck. So in order to get to the 10 of cups place, right, in life, and then we have Hangman in reverse, 10 of Pentacles upright. Bear with me, I gotta knock at my door. You can come talk to that. We have Moon in reverse. So again, lots of moon magic, lots of just things going on behind the scenes, right? And the moon card, I'm using the herbal deck, is Lemon Balm. And there's like a salamander and a little scorpion coming out of the water. Right, so it's like the things that are in the dark are seen. It's like you think you're so sneaky, but we see you. So just hold tight because there's others involved, whether whatever of interest, right? We got the Sun upright, Ace of Wands upright, Page of Cups in reverse. So it's like, again, the childish stuff, like 1 foot in the water, 1 foot like looking at the fish, like, oh, well, maybe I'll go this way again. Domenia is the herb for that. So it's just that childish, people think it's funny to or that they'll get away with all the different things. Just don't put any too much thought, feeling, or energy into that, because that's what they want to. It's like sometimes to get attention, that's how, right, like a little kid or someone that's not getting there, I want it's like that. Or it's just jealousy, like like any of those old school movies, Craft, or Mean Girls, or the Heathers, or, and we got 3 cups in reverse. So or they're like lots of like little 7 of Cups upright, ooh, and Death. So it's like all that bullshit, like the okay, again, you know, a lot of beings have been living right in like sex and fantasy is a different energy than spiritual and sensuality, but they do intermingle, right? So they're just different. So it's not to make right, you know, however, like it's like right, that's not right things. There's certain things that are sacred or certain things that are everything's different. So again, what's comfortable for you, but most beings are whole do things right to be in with the you know, mainstream or streamline, right? Like, you know, because it's scary to step out of line or right, think for yourself. um so hold on to a few more cards and then we're just going to make it short and sweet. So yeah, the world in reverse, right? And it feels like the world's upside down right now, as it is. So and then 10 of cups on the bottom again. So I'm just gonna pull it indigo. Yeah, just allowing things to trust, and you are not alone. So yeah, trust that, yeah, flow with, right, just say in your own mind and in your own heart, right, I only accept the energies that have my best interest in line with me, right? So you want to be in harmony, right? It's like I don't want to, if I'm going to play soccer, I'm not going to show up at a baseball field with, right, like where everybody's playing baseball with my soccer ball and get mad that they don't want to, right? It's like I'm not at the right game. It doesn't mean I don't like baseball or they don't like me. It's just not the right, right? It's like, is it the right time? Is it, are you in the right space? Are you in it, right? Is this true to me right now? Right, again, ask, is this true? Right, and then if we feel a little, it's like, right, all right, then just remember to breathe and ask for clarity. And in those moments of breath, energies shift. So we may not get the answer right away, but we're shifting the energy and then making room for clarity to come in and appear in some way, form, or another, or for that energy just to be taken care of kind of on its own. And then we don't really need to do anything. We don't want to exhaust our internal, right? We are the resources. So if we allow ourselves to get caught up with beings that are trying to get a rise out of us in a negative manner, right, then we're not, that's not a win. It's like allow ourselves to feel, be angry. It's like there's certain things, right? Like, right, justice should, right, justice shall be served. Again, the whole thing, are going to be karmic debts are due. But right at the same time, you don't want to turn into shielding. Protect your energetic field, right? Put like a positive sign that's on the top of a battery, like up, down, right? Like the sign of a cross, positive sign, and then encircle it with your hands, like right, circle around you. See what that feels like. You know, play with the energy with your hands. Go up, down, left, right, swing your arm, and then go in a circle, like counterclockwise, and then a little bit clockwise, swirl it back and forth, like sway it back and forth. Feel what that feels like in your energetic field, right? Say your name and feel what truth feels like, right? Say your name out loud. My name is, and that's truth. Say other things about your life or yourself that's true, so you know where truth resonates. Find your true north, right? Which is your internal compass, right in the center of your chest, so to speak, down, right, from it, right in the center of the chest, the buoyancy point. So when others aren't, you know, it doesn't mean we have to attach. It's just there's something not quite in alignment, or some, if frequency is not in tune, right? There's static. It's like, do you listen to a radio station that's staticky? It's like, even if I like that song, it's like, sometimes we try to get it to come in, but it's not coming in. And so I end up changing while it's right, cutting in and out and right. So same with anything else. If something's staticky or we're unsure about something, divine timing, you know, just breathe and ask for clarity, because there's a lot of chaos. It's just others' fear, right? Our fear, all the things we feel. And anybody doing anything in a malicious manner, right? What are they in fear of? Obviously, they're in fear. The opposite of love is fear. Right? So people are acting out. Right? It's like the zombie apocalypse, right? And like Resident Evil that's coming out, and all the other movies and shows, and all the other reflections of all of our right thoughts and feelings that make up right the world. And we got acceptance, right? So just accepting and allowing certain things to you know, take form, come in, appear, breathe through them, right? This is like the big birthing pains of the whole earth, the multiverses, galactic, right? Said ascension. So all worlds, all nations, all are feeling, right? Plants, animals, people, children. Please stop fighting about the children. Everybody's wanting to poke the children like pigs. There's an article, and I don't even have to say, it's not just me even saying it. USA Today, November 11th. How 423 million vaccine doses, 3,100 claims, injury claims, and 0 paid out. And talking about how many people got sick, died after receiving the vaccination. And don't forget, it's like you don't know what that's going to do to you. Do some research about what vaccines have done in the past. And then do research about, do research about what it does to our bodies in the future? What happens? You know, no, they don't. Again, right? So, you know, careful whose candy you're eating. Just it looks sweet doesn't mean it was made with love, right? And anything that anybody wants to rush, even in the financial market and economic and right, and in trading, and anything that's rushed or pushed in mass quantity loses the quality. So, and then the inflation. So inflation is just everyone participation, right? It's like rain participating in blowing up that big balloon. So, right, where are you putting your energy in, and what are you participating in? Where are you, right? What table are you at in the gambling ring, right? It's like in the, right? Because at the end of the game, everything goes back in the box. We don't own anything except, right, the skin bag, so to speak, that we live in, our land mass, right? It's not the tumor. Release and relax. Physical outlet, and we're energetic beings. Yeah, using your body, dance, sing, get outside, right? Connect with nature, rest, listen to your body. It's talking to you. And health. Your health is your wealth. Right? ELF, the acronym is, right, extremely low frequency. So we can run around like little elves, all busy and try to get somewhere. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Right. So, but don't forget too, like, right, whether it's, say, I'm gonna, right, triggers, you know, whether gods, demons, deities, if you're summoning something, you don't know really what you're summoning. And if you have awareness of, right, all the writings and texts that are out there and see what's happening in the right now, present now, right? It's like slow down and breathe, because nothing, right? If you not that, no harm can come to you by allowing time and space to process. And if someone else is trying to rush you or push or pull and can't respect that, well, then are they coming from a balanced place? It doesn't mean necessarily they're assholes, they're jerks, they're such fucking whatever. And they could be, because there's all different like stuff going on here, right? However, some of it, right, it's not intentional, or again, it comes from fear, or not having the ability to express how we feel or what's going on inside. So just again, allowing time and space, you being the bigger person and thinking, right, oh, let me breathe, right? Let me focus on, I heard another girl say, right, let me focus on chewing this gum because it's so great. And each taste, but each time I chew is like a different timeline. And so I'm just gonna like ignore, right, the asshole that keeps trying to fucking gaslight me or make me feel bad about myself or talk to me in a manner that makes me feel confused, because God and love is not confusing when we're coming from the true internal place where, right, creation is born, which is the darkest place from within. Again, that place of true north. And it's 9:10. So I have my cutie baby daughter here, and I'm gonna hang out with her, and I'm so grateful for you guys hanging out here with me, Metaphysical Mama. And please like, subscribe, hit the bell. We got explore yourself, right? We all have this inner duality, positive, negatives, different things that are gonna really come up. Have compassion. We have compassion. Remember to have compassion for yourself, right? Because we can beat ourselves up most, right? So put the bat down, right? Press pause on the record that you keep letting replay and echoing over and over, right? Don't let those big monster sounds stomp up the stairs and get too loud, right? And in order to calm a monster down, or like, right, it's like, right, feed them with honey, or like a troll or a gnome. Remember Spiderwick Chronicles, that little gnome that used to blow up? He'd be like, he got all mad, and then they had to give him the honey bottle, and he was like, right? So that's like the honey bear honey. And also it's, right, a metaphor, right? Like, right, treating something that's, right, angry, it's like, okay, something's obviously, it's like having a hard time communicating. And we all know what that feels like when we feel upset that someone's not hearing us or not respecting where, right, where we're coming from, or we tried to help and then they got mad instead, and so we got mad because all we were trying to do was help, and now we're all fighting, right? That happened to me last night. So right, it's like, and it's like communication breakdown, and then it's like forget it, and then, right, it's like turn oil to and water instead of alchemizing. We separate the the alchemy, right? We broke the emulsification. We separated the layers instead of blending them, but that's okay too, because it's going to happen. And we're going through a lot of Mars energy and Mercury energy, right? This is why it's the virus of the crown. So, and our blood, Mars rules the blood and is made of iron and is only red after we cut our skin and it's exposed to oxygen, right? Otherwise, inside we call it blue, right? So blue and red together, right, make purple. So we want to alchemize the two and allow, through our breath and through centering and clearing, by focusing just on that, right, we turn into that ultraviolet, right, the ultraviolet flame. So that's what we call the mighty purple path. So we can remain neutral and we don't have to jump in, get involved, engage, right, hold on to all these typo negative feelings in any type of manner, because that's what truly causes dis-ease, right? When we allow things to rent space in our head and allow, right, ourselves to, right, either block feelings that we should be honoring and acknowledging, or we allow them to fester up and, right, unconsciously, right, everybody's like running around with rabies. AKA the virus, right? Umbrella Corp. They do exist, right? So, but isn't that part of, are you part of that? Are you acting out in those manners, right? This is, again, right, metaphorically, right, speaking, and then in real, right? And we got time to create. So, right, using our creative intelligence and co-creating with the divine, with, spirit, right? They say give up the ghost. The ghost is different than Holy Spirit, right? Holy Spirit represents the divine breath. So remembering to breathe. And I love my herbal deck here. The 10 of Cups is marijuana. So good. And that's so good, right? We are plants. We are trees. We are the living tree of life, right? And we're like little caterpillars biting off the little leaves of, right, information and knowledge off of everything else. right? Tree of knowledge of good and evil. So being able to be that scale and balance the two, right? That's up to, right? You, the universe is inside of you, right? And myself as well, right? But universe means one. And right, so it's one love. We're all connected, we're all intrinsically intertwined, but we all have our own individual physical body that we live in, our own physical right, our own materials, our own, right, thoughts, and right, ego, our own sun sign that represents who we are as an individual physical born per sun, right, of the stars, right? The sun is a star, right? Pharaoh, paro means per one, per sun, each star, right, of the sun, and of the divine. And we're all brothers and sisters and mothers and fathers and etc. Everyone. Like I said, my daughter is here, but they're like, there's not, they're my equal. They've always been. I'm here to love and nurture them best I can. Right? We're not, none of us are, that's my job as a mother. That's a job as period, right? As a loving, right, of being human, being part of the collective, part of part of, right, the growth of the whole, right? What service am I doing if I'm trying to control or trying to have my way with, right, them, or mold them in a certain manner, or get mad at them because they're not, right, obeying or being how I want them to be, or however that, whatever that, right, looks like. That's not why we're here, right? That's not the true meaning of, right, being a parental, or a bringing life. We have nature coming out into, right, this world, existence, etc., unless it's coming from the place of acceptance and allowance. And that means knowing not everything's going to be perfect, and we do the best we can, and we fumble the whole way, all the way. And right, even if we did have an instruction booklet, it's like if you have directions or a map to drive somewhere, right, it's like, okay, well, we could even have Google Maps, right, but the journey, the drive is going to be different than just what we're looking at on paper, getting from A to B, right? The process of the journey, what happens along the way, if we have to go to the bathroom, we have to eat, we have fun, we fight, right? Someone does or doesn't feel well, all the things that happen along the way on the trip, right? So getting from one place to another is different than seeing it from looking over something on a piece of paper and trying to have a judgmental objective, like, oh, okay, this should be this way. And that logically, that sounds great sometimes, but that's not the actual, that's not reality, right? Things take time, and then the space is the stretching in between, the distance of those two things. The space between. So divine purpose, Archangel Metatron, apologize instead of, right, freaking out and acting out all impulsively. And then we have to live a lie because we jumped and acted too quick, right? It's like the freaking bull coming out of the cages at the, whatever they call that. And a lot of bull season going on. A lot of bullshit going on. But don't forget, we make gardens out of manure. And it says you are safe and you are understood. And it's 919, which is a pretty good divine time. So on that note, happy 11/11. It's a good twin flame day. 11/11/21, right? Which if we add all the numbers is a 5-year, 6, 7, 8, 9, because 1 and 1 and 1 and 1. So it's a 9-day if we add the year, which is foundation. So lots of messages are gonna be coming in, which we've been getting those messages quite a lot. I know a lot of us readers. Time to create, and in reverse, think about it. So stop fucking thinking. Get out of your fucking head, right? It's like, use your mind, right? The mind is a wondrous place. You can go anywhere in your mind. If you get stuck in your head, right, that's insanity. And that's the difference between, right, being alive or dead, right? If we're dead inside and just constantly, right, harming ourselves inside, then isn't that dis-ease and death? I mean, that's right. The corporations, corpse, Archangel Metatron again. So yeah, divine timing. So lots of messages gonna be coming in. Just remember to breathe, respect and honor, right? The body that enshrines your soul. You know, allow yourself to let go, right? Having acceptance and letting go of the things we thought and think we know, and breathing through those feelings, right? Because that's just the emotional body. It's like the waves in the ocean. They get choppy and wavy, right? So breathing through those, right? This is the term, right? Eve shall have labor pains during birth. So we're all birthing a new earth. So this is, right, painful. So we can't ignore the pain. We can't take a shot or a pain pill to mask and smoke screen it up and experiment like guinea pigs, right? We just got to go through it, right? So breathing through it. And if you're here, you're willing to do that, right? Some aren't. So right now we can't, right? It's like if you're in the process of giving birth, you ain't worried about what's going on outside the hospital room. You're worried about getting that fucking baby outside your body because that shit hurts, right? Going through contractions and resting in between them. Yeah. So that's where we're at. So take care of you, because you are the most important thing that you can take care of, right? There's no bigger value than that. And don't let anyone else devalue you. Oh, also, a lot of things shit this morning coming up about like, yo, I love how assholes do math. Divine timing again, I'm going to leave it there at that. Archangel Michael's here now too. Flaming sword of, yeah, fuck that shit. Yeah, mother effers, okay? How do you put 3 people into paying a half and then expect a woman to pay the other half? This is ancient, like, what do they call those tariffs? Tars. I forget the name of the word. That it's a, I think, Muslim tradition, Indian. So don't my language. Don't butcher me because I'm butchering the language. I'm just trying. Spirit's just using me as a speaker channel. So yeah. But yo, not cool. So there's a lot of things, right? Marriages were set up in order for women to carry karma with the vibrations of the names, and the said money, just the same. And don't forget the word money equals debt. And there's no such thing as interest. It's a made thing by, right, set. So if somebody has an interest, right, it's like, just take a look at that word. Or curiosity. That's different than coming from a sacred place, right? Another word for intercourse, right, is sex, is talk. Those are all, intercourse means talk, right? A sacred energy exchange. So if somebody wants extra after, or can you, whatever, and no. That's pulling on strings or pushing, right? That's holding the hand out and then wanting to bite the hand that feed you kind of thing. And we only pay taxes if we're in war. So who's supporting the war machine in order to then fund, right, the militia that's been occurring for how long? It's like, no, we should all be working on that together as one whole, right? We are the people. So we've all been in martial law. If we're paying police through taxes to, right, uphold our peace and justice system, but we're only paying taxes if we're in war. And this is an old game, right? So let's, right, like pirates on a ship, they're going to throw out a narrative, and it has to be true, partial truth, and right, the lords. So I'm not saying good, bad, etc. Just be cautious of, right, where you're putting your energy into, because there's a lot of storylines, metaphors, analogies that are there for, right, for the taking, meaning be playful with your thinking and with what's going on, because that's the way to get through, rather than trying to go get that dollar or that shot or be right or be on top. because it's about being able to swim and be fluid and allow, so you're in the present now, which is divine timing. Otherwise, you get swept up under the current or rocked to sleep, or I don't know what else, but there's lots of sharks in these waters, right? So swim with the dolphins and tread water carefully by breathing and finding that true north buoyancy point. And then that way you can find, your safe space. And again, do the up, down, and left, right, like across, and then encircle that. Just feel the energy shift and move. That has nothing to do with magic or whatever. It's just that's what right. Priest said, what have you do with it? It's science. It's just is what it is. So it's nothing other than that. Again, don't think too much about, oh, if I do and da 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 da. No, that's not. But if someone uses something to manipulate energy or to take and pull or hide and omit and act as if and pretend and now we're acting right now. These are right politicians politicking, right? So, and anybody can play that position as well energetically, right? We all can. So again, it's just what energy are we acting out in? What are we feeling in the now moment? What are we going through? Acknowledging that, so we have awareness of who we are, knowing thyself. What am I feeling, right? And am I feeling that because I'm not feeling good enough, or am I feeling that, right? And then what lesson should I learn? Am I learning how to say no and create a boundary? Is that why I'm being tested with things that are right occurring in my life that I feel like I have no control over? Or are you there because you have awareness and you're like, right, tending to the crops? And sometimes, right, wild stallions and bulls are wild animals, right? So it's not for everybody to just come train. It's a very dangerous place, right? The bull ring, the pit. So being kids and etc., right, should not be around. Right. It's like there's certain, right. So precautions, again, not because we don't, right. It's like there's certain people, places, and things where certain other people, places, or things don't belong. Not anything to do with like, dislike, hate, no, vibration, right. Or where one area needs a certain recipe, needs a certain vibration in order to heal. So our human feelings and thoughts that we get caught up in, that's where this doesn't matter. It's like if people need to heal, we need to allow healing to occur within ourselves and others. So if we start from that place, we might start to see from a little bit of a different perspective, instead of trying to flail out, right? Everybody's like flailing their arms all over the place in the waters. Help, pick me, help me. And then you're sticking your arm out to get poked like a pig, and you don't even know what's in that shit. Right. So, and you don't even know where the virus came from because they still didn't even tell you that. So I don't know. It's confusion to me that, so many are so willing to just like run for whatever, gets thrown out of the pirate's pinata, so to speak. I don't know. So again, just caution to the wind, breathe through it. And, yeah, the veil is getting very thin. If you haven't all felt. So we also got 9 of Wands at the bottom of the herbal deck. That was what was under the 10. And we got flying monkeys and electric gremlins. So yeah, again, just a lot of chaos and static, and a lot of like, right, fearful beings, or say assholes that think that they sold their soul, but you can't sell your soul. It has to grow, right? So again, just tend to that arena gently, because it just needs love a lot of times too, right? Say a warrior, or again, beings that have been like in a submarine underwater, they've been traumatized, going through so much stuff. So there's a lot of things that get replayed in their minds and in their heads, and we should be supporting that with love instead of thinking that they don't have ability to love, when, right, everybody paid them to go fight the war while they sat back, drank wine, and fucked, and right, grew a family and whatever else. So again, like some love would be kind of cool, instead of, everything else that's going on. It's like, just send love wherever you can, whatever comes up naturally to you that maybe you have a first judgment on. See if you can find more ways to look at it. 555. because that's the game of, right, staying alive. Staying alive, staying alive. Uh, And we got make something, do something creative again in another deck. So look, make a smoothie, drink the rainbow, work out. So yeah, have fun with yourself. Do something to make yourself feel good. Get out of your comfort zone. Get out of your stank, right? Stagnant, wherever you're stuck at. And thief in the night. Someone is wearing a false mask, right? Well, and that could be you, right? I don't know what to do, so I'm just gonna follow. You got to be true to you. Brainwave upgrade. Brainwaves upgrade. So yeah, lots of cosmic codes coming in. You may feel quite tired. It's Thursday again, 11/11. So you know, I think there's some right storms passing through the regions. Lots of shit going on. So just help clear it. Right. There was just that big Travis Scott thing at the concert. Right, which was, as we're all aware, a big, you know, we'll say satanic ritual, just a ritual, meaning, right, people taking and using energy, what's behind a certain energy. And that doesn't mean, right, so Travis Scott isn't necessarily the one to be attacked, right? Everybody wants to always attack a one, find someone to blame, but where is that all coming from? Right, let's look at that before, right, like, so I'm not sticking up for or against, but right, again, just having awareness of, right, what the fuck is really going on, right, and like love to all those families. The youngest person that passed there was 14, right, which is 14 meridians of the body in Osiris, and there was 8 people and some about 8 fires in the Bible. I don't really have awareness of all that to quote, but I just have awareness that it's has some, you know, the spirit's bringing it up. So it's there's tangible that has to do with all that. So, right, but that's right to figure out as far as decipher. Because does it mean that again, you know, there's a lot of things that have been repeating in order to have remembrance, so that they're not repeated in the same manner and function that they've been. And I think messages are galore. It's just which ones are you paying attention to, right? So being in sync with your vibration is when you're in divine timing, and you'll know what the fuck time it is because you're in your now, right? And we all get scattered and we all get out of our now moment, right? Get out, you know, so then just remember to bring it back, right? Bring it back home. Breathe, right? And allow your waters to calm down, right? Think of something you're grateful for. Think of a good memory. Just think, breathe both ways. In through your nose, really deep past your belly, and out through your mouth, right? Feel your roots, your feet grounding into the earth, right? Ground your root chakra and just recenter. And no one can get mad when that's what we're all practicing. Right? People get impatient. They can't wait. It's like, they need to practice that too, right? So by doing that, we don't have to tell them. By doing so, we're showing what needs to be done, right? So, okay, 39 minutes in. So grateful. Please like, subscribe, and hit the bell, like I said, and I will pop back on a little later on. All right, one love, y'all. That was fun.